2015 was a really good year for camping. We started out early in the year. It was the weekend of the time change for the spring. It was a full moon, perfectly clear the whole time. God, it was cold. Cold in the morning. Amazing though. I mean, we saw the stars and the full moon all night. Here's a poor picture of the moon. We walked all the way down one of the Forest Service roads to this big creek to go get water a couple times, and we didn't really even need our lights most of the time. It was absolutely fantastic. Found this little spot, kind of built it up from scratch, found a whole bunch of these rocks off the side of the road up where we parked. Built a little fire pit. There's the tarp shelter. You can see the Tyvek bivy. We didn't have very much gear. You know, I'd been camping my whole life, but usually it's been at sites with propane, stoves, and lanterns, and all kinds of bullshit. This time we just decided to go with whatever we could put in a backpack and maybe a 5-gallon bucket, and we were inspired by all the rest of the YouTube adventurers out there and just decided to go out and rough it, and we never really turned back after that. It's been the same thing ever since. So this was a great little spot here. I went back and did a tent night a little bit later. There's the tent, setting up the site. Had some wood left from the time before, which was really nice. Put the reflective tarp up above, and the heat and the light of the fire reflected. It was a good trip. It was short. It was only a couple days. It rained on me the first day for a few hours, but after that was pretty nice. It was a lot warmer inside that tent, I'll tell you what. Stuck a mason jar with a candle inside of it. Here's the third time out to the Orion camp. Went as a group with several people. Did another kind of tarp. Some mountain house for dinner. That was good. Got the Stanley, the old glacier mug out. Really the first couple pieces of gear I ever bought for this type of camping. This was a spot I'd been checking out for a little while. It's a clearing down at the end of a little Forest Service spider road, and did a couple days out, another tent camp. It rained like a son of a bitch the first day I was there. I got poured on. Once I got the tarp up, it wasn't too bad. Gathered up some wood, found some more rocks, built another fire pit at this place. The beautiful thing about this site is there's a creek just off to the right here, down an embankment about, I don't know, 70, 75 feet maybe. And I didn't even bring water. There's the creek right there. Small one, it's only a few feet wide, but it's flowing nicely. Just bought the water filter, boiled what I was going to use to cook. There's the clearing from where the tent was. There's the finished fire pit. Right there is where the tent was. It looks like a little trail that goes back into the woods. I actually wanted to go back and camp this place again. Maybe hammock in there, but unfortunately a bunch of white trash had gotten to it and dumped a bunch of crap all over the place. So this here is a brand new spot. Went and scouted this out on some topo maps. Went up a Forest Service road and discovered this place. Nice little flat sunny spot. Also wanted to try hammock camping, so bought a hammock and some hammock gear, and kind of transitioned into deeper woods and more trees, and certainly glad I did. Hammock camping's been absolutely amazing all year. They were building the first of the fire pit. Came back about a month later and decided this was really where we were going to stay. Awesome rainfly, by the way, that Infinity Outfitter rainfly. Nice and wild out in the sticks. Really not too far off of another little Forest Service road, though. You just hike right in off the road. so it made it convenient to bring in gear. But again, we stuck with the same rules, which was basically, whatever you could fit in the pack and a 5-gallon bucket. Did a little bushcrafting, the fire screen in the back. I know it's not the best, but I think it's cool. Made some little tables. Nice out there. God, it was a great summer. Missed that spot. It was nice with the dry wood too, man. After a long wet spring, it was really hard to find dry wood out there. This is a shot of the sunset down the road. We'd walk down the Forest Service road down to the end. There's a small clearing at the end where, I don't know, people dump their garbage and fuck up everything out in the woods. But the walk down was nice. There's the campsite from the hammocks. Sun's going down. It's probably about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, middle of summer. There it is when we were leaving. Fire pit finally pretty much built. This is another solo trip I took out to the same CB10. Fire pit got finished this time. There's a nice little panoramic. There's another one on the other side. Looking fire pit to the left, hammocks to the right. I got rained on a little bit, had to put up a big tarp. Ended up replacing that one with a 9x12 camo that's fantastic for tarp shelters and overhead. There's the finished fire pit. That's what it ended up like. Came back in September, another month later. Basically went out once a month. Started building a little lean-to for some of the wood. We were getting nice and comfortable out there, leaving some firewood. We even had some water we'd leave from time to time out there. There was no creek at this site at all, so you had to bring in water. It's kind of a bitch. We got those little 2.5-gallon jobs and just left them out there. Collected rainwater in the fall, which was nice. But one time when we were out there camping, some jerk off in a white truck drove by and spotted us in there, and we could tell he's been there numerous times poking around the camp. He stole a saw we left there, stole a ridge line and a couple hammock straps off the tree that we left there. Guess we weren't quite as secluded as we thought we were. This is our last trip of the year out to CB10. In fact, it was our last trip we ever stayed there. Poured on us the first day. All the rain just soaked into everything. The wood was all super wet. We actually had to dry wood on big logs on top of the fire to get it to burn well. It was constantly splitting and chipping off small pieces of wood to feed the fire the whole 3 days. God, it was wet. You can see the ground there is just soaked. With that asshole coming and poking around camp, it was the last time we ever stayed there. We found a new one though. Stay tuned for more videos on that. That was it. That was the year 2015 camping. Thanks for watching.